really though. I'm eating my fruit pack.
It's mild waters.
It's the Viva slap.
Gosh, are you fairly autistic?
Don't kill you, bitch.
Oh!
In a land called Nescot College, a place of creativity, some performing arts students chat about their craft. Stories of misadventure, stories of what they've learned. They decided to make a podcast to show the work they've done. This is NesCast.
Hello and welcome to the NesCast.
I'm Matt Houston.
I'm Emily McGee.
Mac Tees. And I am Chris Collins. And welcome. And we just talk a lot of shit.
Last episode we talked about something to do with Lucy's lessons.
As you can tell, this is no longer a black man.
So last week, or this week, or whatever, we got to see a show by Gecko
We did.
Yes.
called The Wedding, which relates to what we were given.
Oh, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, we kind of found out what we're all doing with
Yeah.
our directors now. So yeah.
This is a good little...
How does that connect to your pieces then? Because I don't know what you guys are doing.
Well, we wear dresses.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think that's the only thing that we had common with that piece.
Yeah.
I was thinking it would be, because it was called The Wedding, it's like, oh, okay, we can get a lot of research out of this because it'll be men in dresses doing like some funny stuff. You know, it's an actual wedding. And it wasn't. But it was still a really good show, and I was glad that it wasn't that.
It was funny.
It was an allegory for society and breaking the shackles of society.
That's what
I guess.
you got from it.
Yeah.
I got it from, it was about commitments of life.
That's also a good one to take from it, yeah.
And then people breaking their commitments.
Do you know what I really like is the fact that where it was in another language, I didn't understand any of it, but it was still entertaining. Like you had no clue what their dialogue was, but
Because they all spoke in their native tongue.
but you still understood what they meant, which was really nice.
Because of their physicality, because you knew what they're saying.
Yeah, you could still understand them through physical language and body expression, which was very good. You know, you don't want to go there and you can't understand what they're saying, and you still can't understand the story because what they're shown physically doesn't translate well. Which I found they did very well because, as you said, you can't understand a word what they're saying. You know, you might pick up on the odd Spanish word or the odd French word, but at the end of the day...
English word, yeah.
Yeah, the old English word. Or, like, there was this one guy that was American, and you could pick up on things like that, but without that good translation that casted wonderfully, then it's all going to go rubbish. If you don't have that, the audience can't connect. You're sitting there and going... I can't relate to any of this. So I think with the foreign languages that they were using, you know, the piece connected you through that physical movement.
Can I just say that the homeless guy in it was so funny because he just had a suitcase, didn't he? And it's the way they kind of played with the suitcase and thought what we could do with it. And so he had him like sticking out of different compartments and just making it just hilarious. I like that bit.
Shut up. They used quite a bit of trickery with that suitcase.
Yeah.
Basically, they had because people that are watching this might not know what actually went down in this show. So I'm going to give you a little bit of exposition here. So basically, this show is from a theatre company called Gecko. They do physical theatre. They're all about using breath, using physical movement, and stuff like that. And we went to see this show in the Barbican Centre up in London, called The Wedding, like Matt said earlier.
Yeah.
And it's a very abstract piece. So explaining...
That's kind of what they do, really.
Yeah.
It's a lot of abstract stuff.
You'd have to... It's like all mixed and matched stuff put together, and they've all got their... little parts of it have their own little different meanings, I think. And really, it's what you interpretate from the piece is what you get from it, really.
Yeah.
But there was this one part, and this homeless man comes out of or like an immigrant. You could say they were like a migrant, an immigrant, something like that. I would say immigrant because there was a bit where they looked at his past papers and they beat him up for it because he wasn't one of them, which is all.
Yeah, and they kind of dressed him up as like a terrorist.
Yeah, they dressed him up as a terrorist, gave him a gun and stuff.
Stereotype.
And they beat him up. They killed him for it. And yeah, that's reflective of some of the issues we have nowadays. But getting back on topic, there was this one part where he climbs out of the suitcase and you first meet him. You see the hand sticking out, and then you see his face. And all of a sudden, you see another person come out this suitcase. It's a normal suitcase, but
it's like a clown car. It's just multiple people
It had like
inside.
4 people come out. I'm like, what the hell?
I was so amused by that.
It kind of it made us kind of like this character because
Yeah.
he stands out from all the other characters that have this sort of like boring, almost militaristic kind of personality, and then you've got these characters that are like lowly, but they've got lots more personality than all these other characters.
Yeah, and the great thing about that is when the tragic stuff does happen, when they start going, this guy's a normal guy, like he can be your favourite character, but because he isn't part of all the others,
he doesn't have the same movement.
Yeah, he's not valued. He's not valued by them. They beat him. They kill him for it.
Just shows you about society and what it can be like. And it makes you think when you're on the streets and when you see like homeless people, you actually kind of double think about, you just normally look at them and be like, they're probably just like begging for money, all that kind of stuff. But you get to think about who they are, like what they've actually gone through and all that kind of stuff.
Also, shout out to him when he said kebab.
Right, yeah. Shout out to that guy who played that guy. He just saying kebab just randomly in the scene.
No, the best part was when he interacted with the audience and went, Ben?
Right, like he was begging for
Ben.
money almost.
Yeah, he's like, Ben.
He just had like a cop out and be like, money, really?
Money.
Yeah.
Kebab. I mean, that's great. I'd love to do some stuff like that. A bit of clowning. I think clowning's got this magical... It's so light.
It's that simplicity of like how a bit of movement can just say so much about a comedic
I think
moment.
a lot of acting stuff can be really full on and it's kind of deep thought stuff, or it's all like connect to your body, really meta. Clowning, it's just let yourself loose, do something crazy.
It's really like the core of what acting can be, which is fun. It's fun,
I wouldn't say it's the core of it, but it's a very light-hearted interpretation of it, and it gets you to explore something more wacky, like less lifelike and more just. I know it's kind of freeing.
Something exaggerated.
It's something,
that's not real.
It's something not depressing. Like my best way to think of it is Mr. Bean.
Yeah,
I'm going to do research on Mr. Bean. Rowan Atkinson.
Yeah,
but
because that relates kind of what we're doing for our scene that we were given.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which I thought that character is one that we can use most for research. But yeah, Rowan Atkinson, he's famous for using clowning in a lot of his characters. Even Johnny English. Has anyone seen Johnny English?
I haven't seen it, but
You haven't seen
Yes,
Johnny?
no, I remember it now.
I've seen a few
It's
It's
when
clips.
he's
very
an agent.
spy.
Yeah, I know that.
I recommend that highly. It's a funny film.
Can I throw something random about the wedding?
Sure.
What I really liked, which is something small, but it's the transitioning of the scenes.
Right,
because the problem with some shows is when they transition, you're too focused of what they're taking away and how they're doing it. So you forget what actually you're supposed to be focusing on. But they've done it so well, of dragging your attention away from that into something else, and they change it without you knowing.
They're kind of like very rapid fire with the scenes, but they don't feel like they're completely out of left field. They feel like it's all in one. It's all one scene.
I did find like sometimes you'd get kind of lost in what they were doing. You'd be like, okay, what's happening now? What's the direction that it's taken now? I felt often I kind of got lost in that. I got lost in the transitions occasionally. Like, I didn't notice in it. It was all smooth. They were very smooth transitions.
Yeah.
But sometimes they were kind of like fillers. Although something I really did like about it was they did sometimes they would have like this mirror come out of nowhere. This magic mirror come out.
I know what you're talking about.
And like they used that as a transition sometimes, and it would have like this like 3D effect to it.
These characters that are big, that they represent the kind of like the system almost, and they're like these ridiculously big characters.
It was like you was looking into like they were
the Wizard of
aristocrats.
Oz.
Yeah, the Wizard of Oz.
Has a
with the big
Wizard of
face.
Oz feel.
But it was like the aristocrats, the faceless men, the powerful men who sit at the high table. That's what I got from it.
I'm so sorry, but it was funny when that guy climbed onto the table and just dropped and fell off.
Yeah, I think that could have been like a little mistake. But an amazing.
It revealed the inside of the tables.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But an amazing part was when they pulled the big corporate man, the big aristocrat, down from the table. The lights went red, and they're pulling him down like
Oh,
his,
right by the stilts. Yeah.
How
yeah,
did he not
on
fall
his-
over?
on his- Yeah, that's the thing. Like
That's just good balance. Like he's holding his core. Like probably that's.
well, stilts is an art, you know.
Yeah.
With anything, it's part of an art. If you can master that art, you can do anything with that.
How he didn't damage his like back or anything on the way to falling
Oh,
down. He's like, oh God,
I would have face planted it.
I've fallen.
Well,
and I can't get
I
up.
reckon.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
Well, the thing is, you forget like there was some members holding it as well. The stilts as they walked along. It was all it was disguised well.
Because I didn't notice, because I swear I looked to the stills to see what was happening, but I didn't hardly see anyone there. Like, there was times where people were there when they
It was hard to
had
see.
to lift him up,
Yeah,
but quite a bit of it was him on his own.
maybe I just don't pay enough attention. Maybe I have no clue what the hell I'm talking.
Probably say
Welcome to NesCast. We have no
effing clue.
You're probably going to stick on your YouTube channel. They're going to be like, what the fuck? Someone's going to draw my face as a fucking triangle.
Oh yeah, right. Right. Shout out to my friend Joe or Dominican or whatever the hell you want to be called.
And then like Lois Griffin's nose.
God knows what Emily's gonna look like.
I'm just gonna look like this crazy woman.
Last week, the work that we did, or what we kind of found out was we found out what directors we have.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I've got Ella, and we've both got someone named Charity.
Charity.
Wait,
That is
so
a
you're
real
playing
name.
girl?
That's a real name. Yeah.
No, we are playing two boys, but
Boys.
they wear dresses in the scenes. I have to put makeup on Matt, which I am very,
Wait, is this in
very
pronoun?
looking forward to. Yes.
Oh, I know what vet this is.
I am very much looking forward to putting makeup on this big slug over here.
This sluggish, like human, the Slitheen. I'm a Slitheen.
But the thing is, they didn't trust me to put eyeliner on him, so they want me to put eyeliner. But
Yeah,
anyway,
you would poke my eyes out.
let's talk about that scene, because
Oh god.
it's
Do we
really
have to?
funny to do the scene. Really, it's absolutely hilarious. Unfortunately, it's really, you feel used after it.
I felt violated after
I
that.
felt absolutely violated.
I put it on my reflections how violated I felt.
I
detailed
I
it.
felt disgusted by what we had to do in the scene, just because we
Yeah.
pushed it so far with how camp we could go with
Oh,
it,
God, we were
and
like
just
all the way.
how weird of a friendship we could push, and that's what our director wanted us to go for. And
Yeah.
you know what? We took that. We ran with it.
We have
was-
scenes 1 and 15, and we play these characters. My name in the scene is Josh. His name in the scene is
Kyle.
And
I kind of want to see this, like you guys in dresses and shit.
it's like for the first scene, for scene 1, I wear
how
the
I
dress, and then for scene 15, he wears a wedding dress,
Yeah.
and I have to be like, "Why are you wearing a dress?" And then for the first scene, he's like, "Why are you wearing a dress?"
Exactly.
And-
we both question each other why we're wearing a dress,
Yeah.
but like,
And I had to research today, like, the quote that Josh has in the first scene where he's quoting Joan of Arc. I had to research Joan of Arc and why she was condemned. It was because she was, like, condemned as a witch, and
yeah,
she...
they thought she was a witch.
And also because she wore men's clothing. It was both.
Yeah.
It was both of those
Yeah,
things.
do you know what the tragic thing about that is?
What?
She won the war for them.
Mm.
She helped fight a war.
Yeah, she helped them and then they killed her for
She
it.
helped fight a war.
Why would a
and
witch help
they were
fight
like,
a war?
They're like, hang on a minute.
You're a
woman!
Yeah.
Burn her!
And then in 1920 they honoured her, which is
Yeah.
ironic. It's
I
like
heard she was
100
like
years
really
later.
Christian as well.
Yeah, she was
Yeah,
Catholic.
no.
She was Catholic, full on.
Yeah, that's why she went. She went because of, she thought, she felt like it was God's calling.
Mm.
So she went to fight.
Wow, she got mixed.
Shout
signals.
out to Joan of Arc.
I guess we could say that she kind of did die for her sins almost, but not really
She
died for their
She
sins,
died
right?
for her.
Well,
She died for her. She died for her faith. Hey, you guys want to laugh?
Matt,
Chat
to you.
What?
to me.
Yes.
Got 'em, lads.
You didn't talk about what I'm doing for
what
my
have you been
scenes.
doing? I was going to ask.
Yeah.
What
Practice.
directors have you got? What?
Oh, I got, even though I got 2 separate groups, I'm doing the same play, different scenes, but the same character. So my character building should be really simple.
So you have one character.
Yep.
Oh damn.
Oh,
I
boy.
play Kathy, which I really
Catty.
because she's a psycho.
In which play? In which scene?
DNA.
Oh boy. All right.
She is a psycho. She put DNA evidence on this innocent postman to frame him for a murder. Well, it wasn't a murder, but framed him for a death of someone. So he got nicked. And she just found it thrilling. And I don't know why. Something about it I
And-
like.
DNA is made by a guy called Dennis Kelly.
Mm-hmm.
Really funny guy.
You probably know more about the play than I do.
Really funny guy. Check him out. He's real cool. But no, I've got a DNA scene with Sorsha, who's one of my directors. I've got a group with Mateus, Zach, Eloise.
That other guy.
There's Sophie Coates. Sophie.
Coats
Uh,
of
Oh,
paint.
Sophie, how could you?
She's so lovely. You know.
Yeah.
You know when
She's one of the
something's too
good
good, too good that you can't believe you've got. Yeah, that's her.
Pretty much.
Oh, that's the nicest thing you've ever said.
My mum.
Hon-
She's my college mum.
Honestly, I'm kind of working with her as well, and Grace, and
Can I get on to
Emily.
with what scene I'm doing?
Oh yeah, let's get on. To
Anyway,
that.
the scene that I'm doing with them lot is
Emma.
the scene where they all come together and they discuss this plan of what they're going to do because they discover, oh, one of our friends just died. We were kind of involved.
They
What
threw
we're gonna do?
rocks.
What we're gonna do? Because they thought they killed their friend. So they's like, oh crap, how are we gonna figure this out? And they had that discussion, and yeah, it's where it begins. It's a really weird scene. That's all I've got to say on
Yeah,
that.
because I remember we actually got to see DNA when it was performed by the level 3s like a
I
few
think-
years back.
I think Adam and
I
Lewis.
wasn't here.
Yeah.
Adam
You were.
and Lewis gave 2 unforgettable performances.
Yeah,
that
they
night.
were students that were here. One of them's still here. Adam's still here,
Hmm.
but Lewis isn't. He was a real cool guy.
He died.
He's dead now. He played the Persona games. He's cool. He's one of me. And no one else here knows what Persona
Unfortunately, we didn't donate a kidney, and
is. Yeah,
that was it.
it's
That
our
was
fault.
it for him.
It's our fault, guys.
He died of blue balls.
Too much blue balls.
Ripperoni.
But yes, DNA is cool. And as for my play that I'm working on, it's called Pronoun, which, for people who don't know, it's about as ridiculous as it sounds because it has the word pronoun in it. And
Built transgender!
people are gonna think
Oh.
it's like triggering Tumblr stuff. But it's a play about a girl who's transitioning into a male, and stuff happens about that. So
When I
that's
first
Pronoun.
heard about Pronoun, I thought it was like a play based on it, like an English class or something like that.
No.
Yeah, I was so wrong.
I knew straight away. As soon as I
No.
saw pronoun, I was like, oh, dear Lord. And do you know what? I don't even like the main character. Not because they're transgender and she's transitioning and like some people, oh, it's weird. No, she is generally, or he is generally an absolute asshole throughout the
Yeah.
whole thing. The way they treat people is ridiculous. And like I think everyone that's read it has gone, okay, I don't really like Dean.
She even
What?
says, like, she grabs scissors and she's like, I'm going to cut my tit off. I'm like, oh, you
She
don't wanna
says
do that.
like
Yeah.
it's just not a relatable like main character.
Mm.
Not because I'm not going through a change, but because you can't relate to them as a human being because they're not a nice
Yeah.
they're not a nice person. You don't want to go watch a story and have it something so set in life, but then have them be like such an asshole.
Yeah.
Like for like great movies have real asshole main characters like Scarface.
Oh yeah, Tony Montana.
like Wolf of Wall Street, you know, Jordan Belfont. How they even have a series on Pablo Escobar, and you know, but
that's
because
a horrible person, yeah.
you know, but they're interesting story to see how these bad guys became
because they were like, a lot of them started out as decent people. Even Tony Montana, like, he started out as this like hard-working, decent guy, and then he was pushed to this area, and you can understand why he was. It's like for Breaking Bad, for example. You know, that's one of my favorite shows, and that has a reason why the main character Walter White did all this, because he wants to help his family. It's for a good reason, and you can relate to that.
There's one thing I'm thinking of is in Pronoun. Did he or she get injections, hormonal injections? Because
Yes.
that might explain like why they're a bit of a mood. Because if she has two hormones going around, injections of testosterone, but she still had like ovaries and shit. So she has a mix of hormones. So she would be a bit.
Yeah, but this is a problem because they said that the changes have been happening for a while. Like this wasn't just like a family. Like she told her family one day. So it was before all that. You know, she was just being moany to her family. She basically just thought, I don't care what anyone thinks. I am wanting to be a boy so much that I don't care if it destroys anything else in my life. I want this one thing. And she did it in a very selfish way.
Especially to her ex Josh as well, because he was showing that he cared about her, but she was like, no.
Like she didn't view him as a person. Or she was like, get out. He
didn't care about.
She
Like
saw
a necessary obstacle.
Yeah, exactly. She saw him as a wall that she needed to get a sledgehammer and break down so she can reach what she wants to be.
Yeah, she saw him as like a token of what she was, other than what they could be. That makes sense.
Which I think maybe this is a good thing that she's like this as a character. Because then it gets us discussing, you know.
And we can, like, kind of understand, like, it to a certain degree why she's doing this, sort of. But even then, it's like, her character's like this from the very beginning, almost.
Yeah.
And so, that's sort of the problem I have with Pronoun, is that for the main character that I'm supposed to like, or supposed to understand, I just can't as much.
Yeah.
Like, maybe it's the position I'm in, but I doubt it. Like, I'm personally not, like, a big fan of Pronoun too much.
Yeah.
But I just, for the few scenes that there are, the scenes we're doing, I love those scenes.
Yeah.
Because they do have a lot of depth to them, because
And they're funny.
the characters we're playing, you know.
We've discussed about Pronoun, but what's our view on DNA? What do you guys think about DNA?
I actually really like DNA, just for the fact that the characters, different characters represent different aspects of things, if that makes sense. Like, people, I'm trying to...
Is it like socialism? It was something to do with society.
Like, yeah, because there's that character that is always calm and reasonable, and then there's someone else that is, like, completely opposite. I'm trying to explain it, but I can't think of the word.
It's like... It's like a reflection of society within the characters. So you got Leah's character. I think it's Leah, and she's always trying to get Phil's attention. She's trying to get Phil's attention.
Oh, right.
And she goes out and does these like... She digresses to herself while trying to talk to him.
Yeah.
And he's totally like blanking her. And she's going on this rant, and she goes on this rant about how we've got more in common with bobos than we do with chimps. Chimps are these violent creatures that, like, they kind of, if you're not accepted in the social group, they'll put you out, they won't care for you.
Yeah.
Whereas bobos, they're caring. If they see another bobo upset, they'll go up to them, care for them, stuff like that. So then it's like they've got these subtle little reflections of...
humanity.
An actual like fact of why we act like how we do, and I think that's what DNA is a great reflection of. It's how we react in a situation. Immediately, we don't want to get in trouble. We find ways to get out of our own mistakes, and for John Tate's character, it's by like pressuring people, or I think it could be Phil. Because my script for DNA is a bit messed up because we've had to condense characters into like 2 characters into 1 character.
Yeah, I've got
So
the
for
same.
me, it's like it's a bit of a problem. But that's the basic of it, you know. You've got all these different reactions to this situation. You know, are you a leader? Are you a follower? Are you someone that just doesn't want to be part of this situation? Because that's what I love about DNA. They kind of drop the characters into this thing, like, you're just having fun. And that's the thing.
Like a weird Lord of the Flies.
Accidents happen, you know. Something like that can happen. You could be messing around, but then suddenly you're in this situation that just...
And then you realise that it was pushed too far.
Yeah, like,
something happened.
exactly.
Like, whoa.
Doesn't help when guys are recording it though.
Right.
Life can just hit you like that. And that's what I love about DNA is these characters, and they've just been hit with life, and they're freaking out. They're doing this plan to like get out of their mess, and then what's lovely about it is it turns out the friend isn't dead, and then they've just like gone to all this stuff to find out he's still alive,
And they've put like DNA evidence from a postman on him, so it's like, yeah, they kind of
Poor
screwed themselves
postman.
over.
And then for the third script we had punk rock. I don't.
Wait, can I go back for a second? Can I go back for a
I know.
second?
Okay.
Alright,
Sorry.
Go
I just thought of this quote from Buddha or something like that. Yeah.
Gandhi.
No. Yeah. Basically, no. It's basically him saying that there's only 2 things that will come out: the sun and the truth. And that I feel like is shown in DNA because no matter what, the truth will come out, and
Yeah.
that's what happens.
Sorry,
I just want to throw that
said
in.
to quote my boy Gandhi.
my homeboy Gandhi.
My boy Gandhi once said, "Give me all your nukes."
That's from Civilization. How dare you?
Yep. But anyway,
Punk rock. I know a lot about this one, but who wants to talk about it?
you, because you know a lot about it.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair.
I never got to the end.
Oh, I did. Oh boy.
on.
So Punk Rock is a play by Simon Stevens, one of my favourite playwrights. He worked on Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime, which
Westwater.
and Westwater as well, which is also great. But yeah, he puts a lot of detail into his characters and scripts, and I think with Punk Rock, it's about this boy named William, who basically is like introduced to this new girl in school in 6th form, and named Lucy, I believe.
Lucy,
Is
I
Lucy
forgot.
or Amy?
Yeah, no, it's
It's
Lucy.
Lucy. Okay, yeah. But yeah, and he's infatuated with her.
Or is
throughout
it
the
Lily?
entire-
It's Lily.
It's Lily. Yeah, it is Lily.
It's Lily.
We're bad at names.
I've
Yeah.
read the whole thing. It's Lucy.
I have read the whole thing, but I forgot that one name that's important. I remember Bennett, and I remember all the others.
If only we could just say her name in a pronoun.
Hey.
I identify as Lucy. If you had to identify as something, what would you identify as?
Oh.
That table over there. Actually, no, that mat on the floor, that's me.
I
I get
reckon-
stepped on.
Oh, you stole what I was gonna say.
So yeah, Punk Rock's about a guy, a little kid in 6th form.
Little kid in sixth
Little kid in
form.
6th form.
He's like 6 and 6 form.
Yeah, he's 6
It's a
years old.
Nescot.
But yeah, he's introduced to a girl named Lily who's just started, and basically he's infatuated with her. Like, he's really interested with her, and he's like... But yeah, she turns him down horribly and brutally. But yeah, it's really tragic in how they badmouth him behind his back and all that, and there's this guy named Bennett, and he just makes it worse, and he's bullying his
The worst
friend.
one is like he asks her out, and then she's like, "Oh no, I'm not ready for.
I'm
You're
not
sweet, you're sweet, but like, I
Yeah.
don't really want a boyfriend."
And then she goes out with
and
this other
then
guy.
she's
No.
fucking with some other dude.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh my god, because
Yeah.
the friendship group,
You really hate her
It's
by
not
this point.
close, but they always see each other, and they
Yeah.
always get forced into situations where they have to converse. A bit like this college, you know.
Yeah. We
One
can
But
relate.
I don't get girls that do that. They just be like, oh, no, I don't fancy being in a relationship, and they go with someone else. Be like, be honest with the guy.
That's because you never have a choice. I'm
Ooh,
so
wow.
joking. Why are you staring so deeply?
Why are you staring so deeply?
Because I'm slowly getting touched. By your eyes.
So anyway, punk rock is an excellent play. It's really well written, and also
The character. Okay, can I expand on this?
Yeah,
All
can
the
you say?
characters are arseholes.
Yes.
But they're brilliant arseholes. Like that.
You can understand
Yeah,
them.
you can understand why they're written as an arsehole, because usually you'd want your main character to be likable. In Pronoun, they deal with Dean as like just someone you don't care about. And that's the thing, from reading that play, I don't care about transgender. Like, I was like, I never
And even
really...
even with the most arsehole-ish of arsehole characters in punk rock, Bennett, you can see why he's like that.
Yeah.
Because he's doing it as like a bit of banter. He genuinely does not mean any
And
of
the
this
thing is,
stuff.
they're so
Like-
out there with being arseholes that, like, you can't believe how arseholes they are.
Yeah.
And you love that.
It feels real.
I felt
Like,
with
I've,
Dean...
I've known people like Bennett before as well. I know exactly
And the thing
that
is,
kind of
with
person.
Dean, in Pronoun, it's about selling the message of transgender, and it's okay to be transgender and stuff like that. And it's trying to make transgender more approachable. If you're trying to make it more approachable, why have you decided to have your character as a complete arsehole? It just makes me not
They should have done
understand
it
it.
opposite. They should have done it where she was a more lovable character, but the ones around her were more against her. Like, yes, it would be good if you have like the character like Josh, where he shows that he cares, but it would be nice if it was shown that she was a bit nicer and the people around her were meaner, so you feel bad for her, and that's why you would
there's a
accept
balance
them.
of bitchiness and also
Yeah.
niceness, that you have to have that balance with some characters, and when you don't have that balance as much, it's like it's like
But she's an ass to people.
We're
that she
really
shouldn't be
ripping
asked
into
about.
Pronoun on this.
yeah,
Nescast.
it feels like we're really like.
Which,
Like,
you know
Pronouns
what?
not like the worst thing though. Like Pronoun has some amazing moments. Like we can't.
He, she, it, shit.
I think it's great.
It's
like,
it's some real.
Like it has moments where it's actually, believe it or not, kind of deep for what it's trying
Like
to
when
do.
I played James Dean that one time.
Yeah, and it's metaphors.
Yeah.
It's intense metaphors, and it's nice for what that is. Like what the first scene is that we do together. Like that is interesting because of what that means for Josh and what he's going through, trying to understand it in this really dumb, ignorant way. Yet it has this odd brilliance to it because he talks about Joan of Arc's whole condemnation and how he brings that into focus with how he's wearing a woman's dress, similar to how Joan of Arc wore a man's dress. And yeah, it's oddly clever in that way. But as characters, though, character-wise, I think Pronoun needs a lot of work in the
it's
protagonist
super lacking.
department.
Let's get on to it. This is a little question I have for you guys.
Sure.
You guy and I would
Hell
say
yeah.
I would say lady, but after that I'm saying super lady.
Hey! I'm single. Call me up.
This I'm
Making this an advertisement
Yeah,
for
I'm
yourself.
trying to like sell myself here, Chris.
That sounds so wrong. Oh.
strong lady, like really
I got
really selling the image of women.
no.
Anyways, so I've got a question.
Anyway,
Go on. What's the
I've
question?
got a question.
I've got a question. Okay, so we only have a couple of weeks to get these scenes done. What
No, we're doing this
have you been enjoying the process so far, and what are you expecting from it?
So far, the rehearsals have been like amazing, tormenting, horrifying,
Violating.
violating, and nerve-wracking all at once.
I think the one that I have with you and Charity, those have been really enjoyable and fun ones. But
Because they experiment a lot with what we're doing.
and we get to mess around a lot, but at the same time, after we've stopped messing around, we kind of sit back and go, "Oh Jesus, we let ourselves go a bit too much."
Like
Jesus.
we went too close to each other there. Like that was like,
A gay moment.
yeah, it was too gay.
Oh.
Kind of like that. Shut up. Stop. That's gay.
Smells
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 of
of grease. Smells of grease.
Smells like disappointment.
Smells like depression.
Smells of self-pity.
This is one part of the scene where I'm like leaning on Matt and I'm playing with his hair.
Yeah.
Because I just thought that'd be hilarious just to really push the campness. Because that's what we got to
I kind of want to see an example.
No, you don't.
How about you don't?
Please,
don't
I
see
don't want.
that.
I don't want to have to wash my hands.
I'll just sneak into the rehearsals.
It's bad. But meanwhile, like, I had Ella as a director, and she is like such a lovely person to just have as a director, because she's very like she's also kind of similar to Charity in that she's very flexible with decisions you make with the character and what you're doing.
I can't see
like,
Matt
really
through
cool.
your fat head, Chris.
My fat triangle fucking face.
Triangle face.
Get
Thanks, Joe.
his nose
Thanks, Joe, for that amazing drawing. That's our fan art.
We give it 3 thumbs
Dick.
up.
You dick.
He's so pissed about it.
I think your one was worse though, to be fair.
Worse
Fat
than-
Morty.
I'm just waiting for mine.
I look like a
Oh
gay grump.
jeez! Oh.
You wrote it in like pencil.
How's your process been with the H&Ds so far?
Oh.
You liking it?
Yeah, I am, but we just haven't done much because one of the H&Ds was ill, and then the other H&D I had, Harry Walsh, he was more explaining about our characters, so we're able to like do more character building. So we haven't really blocked the scene yet.
Guys, I hate to say this, I don't know if it's recording.
Oh no! No!
Pressed it.
Wait, we're on 42 minutes right now. How many minutes has it got? Please.
You are playing with my tits right now.
Wait. Go what we have.
We've just been speaking bollocks for the past.
42 minutes we've been talking for.
It's out of data.
How long?
It's actually out of data.
How long was the video before?
16 minutes!
We've been talking for 42 minutes. Oh my God!